Messy, uncoordinated, lost in its identity, constantly trend-chasing and bouncing between concepts, chasing for fans' validation and losing prestige in the country that considered them the nation's girl group. Is this what the top third-gen girl group should be? After an extremely successful career run, Twice seems to be facing difficulties adjusting in the new K-pop scene. Their songs are not charting well, they're trying to expand on the American market with disappointing results, and big portion of the fandom is unsatisfied. JYP Entertainment chose to overwork the girls for so long, making album after album, not predicting that eventually the members will want to mature artistically or that the public will simply be full of them. This is when I decide to step in this video. I'll try to fix the issue by slowing down the releases instead of bombing the audience with a new song every month. That way Twice can easily switch between concepts and attract more fans without reactions from fans who are used to them being cute all the time. I will also cut releases so the group is not overworked. I won't be showing you guys every track day of a release like I did in my Blackpink video, because then the video would be 3 hours long. I'll be focusing on Korean, English comebacks, but I'll mention their Japanese releases too. Regarding promotions, I think in Korea and Japan the work JYP has done is beyond enough and I wouldn't choose another way. However, I will change up things for America. Let's time travel in 2015, where our story begins. There's really nothing to change here. I approve of the story Bagan's album and its title track being Like Wah. Let's just skip to 2016. I'm also changing nothing this year as well. Cheer Up, the song of the year, and TT are very important for their career. Signal. Since Korea didn't exactly love it, the debut single album #Twice will be released in May. Twice will then start preparing for their second Korean release, their first full album, Twicegram. It will be released in October, with Likey as the title track. Since I now have 3 albums, I'm not able to release the repackage of this album, so Heartshaker, I'm so sorry. However, I decided to release Merry and Happy as a special Christmas single.
Hey sweetie sweetie, sweetie sweetie.
Candy Pop will be released as a single in January of this year. Brand New Girl is scrapped because someone had to go and I don't make the rules. Well, to be honest, I did make the rules, but you get me. Unlike the real world, Twice wouldn't have gone on tour to promote Candy Pop because it's merely just a single and they need to prepare for their summer activities. Which brings me to Twice's 5th mini album, What Is Love. I would never even try to hurt this album. Released on April of 2018 and followed by a repackage in July, called Summer Nights, whose title track is, of course, Dance the Night Away. Twice Summer Queens. Who Said Yes, Everyone, their tour of this year, Twiceland Zone 2, Fantasy Park, would follow this release. During this tour in the real world, Twice released a bunch of useless Japanese singles no one really likes, so I scrapped all of them. They also released a Japanese full album I was about to scrap, but then I went like, hey, maybe this album is important for Twice in the Japanese market, so I decided to leave the album as is. And the album I'm talking about is BBC, sadly. Twice this year was making a new song every month and I wanted to limit the amount of releases to help the members rest. So me keeping a Japanese full album implies a Korean release has to go yes, or yes, I'm so sorry. After a short break of inactivity, Twice is back and ready to slay the entire world. They released the best song of their career ever, skyrocket in the charts, Give Me Money, make you go crazy. After Fancy's release in April, they would go on their third tour, Twice Lights. We will make a quick stop in Japan in July so the girls release a quick single with no promotion as they're in the middle of tour. I will scrap Happy Happy and save Fake and True and Breakthrough because I'll need them in the future. Instead, the Japanese fans can have Scientist because they eat up whatever Twice releases and we love them for that. Twice shall then release another mini album in September. I felt guilty for scrapping Yes or Yes, so I will give it its time to shine right here. the repackage wouldn't be released. Instead, the best thing I ever did will be in the actual album and would have it be released in December as a gift. My psychic abilities allow me to foresee the future, and I know that COVID is coming. So if Twice don't make a move in America now, we'll have to wait until after the pandemic. And since Blackpink are already getting ahead, Twice will have to follow. Before original songs, Twice would make their presence known to the American general public by performing in music festivals and the VMAs, who coincidentally added a K-pop category that year. Twice would release their first full English single in America, whose name will be Better, in October of 2019. I stole Better from their Japanese discography. Promotions will not include to-show performances and one BuzzFeed interview like JYP thinks is enough. Instead, Twice will be on shows in America day and night, on the radio, in H&M, on Billboard, performing at award shows, and attending fashion events, especially Tsuyu, Momo, Sana and Nayeon, that would serve as ambassadors in the fashion world.
No, I want it. 입에 바른 소린 이제 그만할게. 'Cause I deserve it.
This year, Twice will come back on May, a month earlier than their actual comeback, with the More and More mini album. This was their attempt to get a storyline or lore going on, but really, they don't need it. So the music video wouldn't have this crazy story and it would just be pretty shots of the girls. They will spend their summer in Japan, where they will release their second full album, and Twice. The tracklist would remain the same, except Breakthrough, which will be replaced by Scientist, and Fake and True, which will be replaced by Fanfare. More and More wasn't really a hit in Korea, and knowing the future, I Can't Stop Me won't be a hit either. So instead of going down the disco frenzy like everyone else in 2020, Twice will stay winning and do their own thing. I will scrap the entire Eyes Wide Open album and Cry For Me. You guys liked it. I know, I liked it too. But guess who doesn't like it? Koreans. So I'll just release what they like instead. TWICE's second full album in Korea will be named Feel Special and released in October of 2020. Y'all should have seen it coming since I scrapped it and didn't say a word. I mashed together Feel Special with P and some of the good tracks in Eyes Wide Open and present to you now. This.
I apologize.
We returned to Japan once again to release Twice's third full album in Japanese. In contrast to reality, that album, which will be named Perfect World, will be released in April, replacing Kara Kara, which will sadly be scrapped. Perfect World will be the title track. This will be Twice's first attempt at a stronger concept. I did it here first because, as I said, the Japanese eat up everything Twice releases. The tracklist will have small differences, because Fanfare and Better are not part of the album. Now that the Japanese promotions are not a distraction, Twice will focus on their new goal, becoming the next big thing in America. But for now, we'll start with Taste of Love's release in Korea. In June of 2021, Twice will release their second English single this year, namely Fake and True. I think this release would fit much better what the American general public is listening to, plus I need the feels for future use. Fake and True would be promoted through TikTok, not by creating 100,000 TikToks like everyone does, but by making a few short videos, including a little challenge. Fake and True serves as the pre-release for Twice's third full album, Formula of Love. O plus T equals less than 3. This album would remain the same, except the feels would be the Korean title track, because Koreans hated Scientist and I need to keep everyone happy. I also decided to remove Candy from the track list, because it's not really important and I want to replace it with Donut, which This year Twice won't be as active as they're currently touring around the world, and it's very important for them, because the 3 World Tour is their first really huge world tour. It's also the year of contract negotiations, so their activities are largely influenced by their renewal. As soon as the tour finished, around April of 2022, Nayeon would start preparing for her solo that will be released in June. Instead of them going back and forth Korea and Japan promoting music all year, I decided to delay the fourth Japanese full album, which was supposed to be released in July. However, their Korean mini album, Between 1 and 2, would have been released normally in August. Now that all Korean activities of the year are over, TWICE can freely head to Japan and stay there as much as they want to promote celebrate. TWICE would continue their streak or ultra-successful H&M hits with the addition of Moonlight Sunrise. Some of y'all don't like the song, but it was one of my favorites last year, so I shall not listen to your opinions. They would once again travel in America for promotions and would stay there until March to also promote their newest mini album, Ready to Be. Many of you probably expect me to scrap Ready to Be because it's a messy album and the personification of an identity crisis. I decided to listen to these concerns and cut the album short. The new version of Ready to Be has 4 tracks and a new title track. I don't think anyone complains because TWICE have enough songs already. Remember when I said I will need Breakthrough for future use? I chose it as the title track for this album. I removed the rock tracks because, let's be honest, we don't need them. That's all the activity of the year. I would rather the girls focus their energy on their biggest tour yet, the Ready to Be tour. However, Misamo, whose name I would change to Mimosa for personal reasons, and Jihyo would release their albums like in the real world. I would also want to change Jihyo's title track to Closer because I think it's more general public friendly, both in Korea and internationally. Also, Talking About It would have received more promotion in America. This year would have gone for TWICE just like it currently has. However, with UTH would have received more promotion domestically and internationally because it's their best album since 2021. I would have sneaked a comeback showcase in Seoul somewhere in between their tour. Also, one last change, I would switch I Got You and One Spark as title tracks because I think, with the current state of the market, I Got You would have performed a lot better in Korea and One Spark just sounds better in English. Nayeon would also have released her solo comeback this month. And that's all I had to say. Thank you guys for listening to my silly little opinions once again. Can't believe that 620 people care enough to listen to me yet. See you next time.